Namaste, good morning. Okay, yeah, I have just uploaded the video alone. With regard to the sheets, I will do the remaining questions and upload it by afternoon. Then for the evening session, I will keep posting the materials, of assessment of individuals and other things, so you can take it up. Now, my focus of the morning is going to be on TDS. Our focus is going to be on tax deduction at source. As you are all understanding, it's a chapter which will give us some straightaway marks. Okay, and to a larger extent, the two questions out of the four questions are easily predictable questions is the amendments which has taken place in the law. Okay, let's start the day with the amendments of TDS. With regard to interest, the threshold limit from 10,000 is increased to 40,000. The threshold limit from 10,000 has been increased to 40,000. However, if the recipient is a senior citizen, it is always 50,000. If the recipient is a senior citizen, okay, the threshold limit is 50,000. Okay, otherwise the threshold limit is increased from 10,000 to 40,000. Okay. Second, and one of the interesting amendments which took place from September 2019 is the most relieved amendment of maturity proceeds of life insurance policy. The existing provision, that is, I should not have written existing, pre-amendment provision requires to deduct 1% on the maturity proceeds as tax provided, provided the proceeds are not exempt under 10D. What is this 10D? Okay, a quick summary of 10D, okay, is if the premium does not exceed 20% of the policy value. If the premium does not exceed annually 20% of the policy value. If the policy is taken on or before 31/3/2012 and the premium does not exceed 10% of the policy value, if the policy is taken on or after, okay, on or after 1/4/2012, okay, it is known as it is known as proceeds which are exempt under 1010D. Proceeds which stand exempt under 1010D. So remember this, இது வந்து three places, 1010D, 80C and 194DA. Okay, what is 80C saying? It says life insurance premium for assessee, spouse and children, okay, will be allowed as deduction under 80C. Up to what extent it will be allowed? 20% or 10% as the case may be. What is the key factor date? Please remember the key factor date, 31/3/2012. Policies taken up to 31/3/2012, I can pay up to 20% of policy value, still it is deduction is allowed, okay, up to 20%. If it is on or after 1/4/2012, okay, it is always restricted to 10%. Okay, இதோட நம்ம 1010D லிங்க் பண்ணலாம். If the policy value, if the premium does not exceed 20% or 10% as the case may be stands for policy 31/3/2012, on or before, on or after 1/4/2012. Okay, so then it is exempt. So when will the maturity proceeds get taxed? If the premium has exceeded 20% or 10% as the case may be, it get taxed. If it get taxed, come to 194DA, because only if it is getting taxed and only person who knows that is insurance company and assessing. Department cannot be looking on this. So department has made the insurance company responsible towards it and said, boss, if it has exceeded, deduct tax, so that I will come to know. If it has exceeded, deduct tax, so that I will come to know. From 1st September, the rate as well as the quantum on which tax has to be deducted were amended. The rate will be 5%. My dear friends, the rate will be 5%, not the 1%. But the biggest benefit is TDS will be on the quantum of income. What is income? Difference between maturity proceeds or and premium paid. Technically, premium paid கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. Technically, policy value is the value up to which you will be paying premium. So difference between maturity proceeds and premium paid, you take it on that is the income, which will be 5%. So an examiner, if he wants to test you two ways, what is the difference if the policy gets matured on or before 31st August 2019? What is the difference if it is maturing after 1st September 2019? Okay, after 1st September 2019, the difference is tax, but the rate is 5%. If it is before, okay, the tax is on the maturity proceeds, the rate is 1%. 194I, it has been increased from 1,80,000 to 2,40,000. It has been increased from 1,80,000 to 2,40,000. Okay, TDS on transfer of immovable property. A question can come in this. A question can come in the next three things which I am speaking. In this, there is a small possibility because a clarificatory amendment. This is more of a clarificatory amendment released by the lawmakers. Taxpayer is liable if the consideration exceeds 50 lakhs. In the consideration term, people started playing around with that consideration. The term consideration has not been fully defined. The amendment gives inclusions of consideration. Consideration shall include all charges in the nature of club membership fees. You all know, no? Car parking fees, electricity, water facility fees, maintenance fees, advance fees, or any charges are justum generis. Okay, because people are saying if I book an apartment, okay, it is 90 lakhs, they make it 49 lakhs, remaining 51 lakhs, they collect it under various names so that they are trying to avoid the TDS. Now it has been clarified. It's a clarificatory amendment which is made by the lawmakers that any club fees, club membership fee, car parking fee, electricity and water facility fee, maintenance fee, advance fees, or any other similar nature which are incidental to the transfer should be included. If that consideration exceeds 50 lakhs, you need to deduct tax at source. Okay. And now for that, two short aspects of questioning. The first one comes from section 194M, TDS on certain payments made by individuals and HUF. TDS on certain payments made by individuals and HUF. Okay, whom this section is applicable? Individuals and HUF who are carrying on business but not subjected to tax audit. Yeah, section 194 fulla, all the provisions of section 194 is only applicable for individuals and HUF. Okay, all the provisions of section 194 is only applicable for all assessees except individuals and HUF whose gross turnover has not increased. Okay, the specified limit. Okay, 1 crore now previously. Okay, and the gross receipt has not exceeded 50 lakhs. So individuals and HUF who are carrying on business but not coming under tax audit are not liable to deduct tax at source. They are small taxpayers. I don't want to penalize them. Okay, they are small taxpayers. Okay, so I want to give the exemption. So now 194M, I am trying to bring them also who are carrying on business but not subjected to tax audit. Individuals and HUF not carrying on any business or profession. Okay, two people to whom it is applicable are individuals and HUF not carrying on business or profession, salaried, house property, capital gain. IFOS தான். I don't have income under PGBP. You are covered under 194M and also individuals and HUF whose gross turnover or gross receipt has not exceeded 1 crore or 50 lakhs as the case may be. This section is applicable for following payment: works contract, including supply of labor, commission or brokerage, professional charges or fees for technical services. All these things are included with a very larger limit. Okay, threshold limit 50 lakhs. Okay, individual not in profession, threshold limit 50 lakhs na construction sector தான் நான் மெயினா டார்கெட் பண்றேன். Okay, that is where I am trying to target them. Okay, threshold limit 50 lakhs, rate of deduction 5%. Okay, rate of deduction is 5% and there is no necessity that you should get your TAN. There is no necessity that you should get your TAN. Okay, right? So this is 194M. Either as MCQ or as main question, it is going to come. TDS on cash withdrawal. Again, provision applicable from 1st September 2009. Applicable for banks, including cooperative banks and post office. Tax is liable to be deducted if the aggregate withdrawals exceed rupees 1 crore from one or more account of the account holder. Aggregate withdrawal exceeds rupees 1 crore from one or more account of the account holder. Deduction, rate of deduction 2% on the amount exceeding 1 crore. 2% flat on the amount exceeding 1 crore. If I withdraw 1 crore, 10 lakhs, 10 lakhs into 2% is the rate of withdrawal. Exemption from the said provision is available for government, banks, ATM and others notified aspects of RBI. Okay, exemption from the said provision, my dear friends, is available for governments, payment made to governments, banks and other ATM operators and others as notified by the RBI. 1 minute. Okay, now so this is the recent circular that is there in our RTP. Government, banking company including cooperative banks, post office. Okay, business correspondent of a banking company, any ATM, such other class. In the such other class, they have given a they have in this recent notifications. Okay, they have included authorized dealers. They have included authorized dealers in such other clause. Okay. Sorry, 1 minute. Authorized dealer means any person who is authorized by RBI as a dealer in foreign exchange. All these authorized dealers, in the authorized dealer, they call it by various people. Pay purchase of foreign currency from foreign. Okay, you can find it at airports, especially. You will find that authorized dealers and money transfer service scheme. All these are all part of authorized dealers. So now the authorized dealers are also included in this entire amendment provision. So it is applicable. The exemption is that notified aspect of RBI, authorized dealer is included. Okay, normally I am paying you 1 lakh. What I will do? I will deduct 10% and pay you only 90,000. Pay to the government 10,000. In the 10,000 உங்களுக்கு income தான். Okay, this is normally an income. Your income is 1 lakh. Okay, ஆனா இந்த case the cash withdrawal க்கு income கிடையாது. You know, I have only withdrawn. So a very nice amendment, a very nice inclusion is the tax that is deducted will not be treated as income of the receiver because he is only withdrawing cash from the bank. How can that be treated as income? It will not be treated as income in the hands of the receiver. In the hands of the receiver. Okay, these are all the amendments. Okay, the last three amendments gets more importance than the first few amendments. Not that anywhere it is lesser important. Okay, had the May exam happened, they would have questioned already on 194 I and D. So we can focus here. But all amendments are important. The last three gets more importance because they are the validity and the reach is going to be larger, and they will expect you to understand these three amendments for sure.
Sir,
Listening?
class we had written that on the 194 N is not applicable for white label ATM provided they maintain separate bank account. Does that still hold
Yeah,
good or
yeah.
is
That refers to ATM operators.
it's exemption? So okay, fine, got it.
அது என்னன்னா ATM consists of three people. One who is operating the ATM, two who is bringing the money and feeding it into the ATM, three who is withdrawing. So all these three people are given various names. That's all. It is together known as an ATM.
Okay, sir, got it.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Go ahead with your doubt.
Sir, under 194 N, sir, it's given that only after September 1 crore if it's excess withdrawn, then on that excess 2%. So before September, if you have withdrawn, even that will be considered.
I'll take it. I'll take this doubt when I'm answering the questions. I'll give you provide. I have included questions for that. I'll provide you the clarity.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
I hope all of you understood this doubt. Very valid doubt. That can be a question also. Now, 1 crore before September 1st, I have withdrawn. What is the provision? I have withdrawn 90 lakhs before September. After September, I'm going to withdraw. What is the provision? That is this entire aspect. I will answer it. I have questions for that. Okay, right? So this is something which you should remember. In terms of case law, let us quickly run through the case laws. I am very sure it will come and stand in front of you now. Okay, very easily. This tips is ITC hotels. Okay, questioned enough number of times already. The tips of ITC hotels, it is not salary. It is employer acted just as an agent collecting and giving it. It is not salary. Okay, UCO Bank has said that what will happen if I don't know the ultimate beneficiary, but I am asked to remit it to the court. The provision says you need not deduct tax at source. The provision says you need not deduct tax at source. Okay, Canara Bank paid interest to Noida. Okay, this is a new case. You can okay. What happens? What is the difference it is saying? It is saying held by the Supreme Court that the key factor, okay, that the key factor to undermine whether it is deductible is whether it is established by the law or whether is it established under the law. Whether is it established by the law or under the law. If it is established under the law, it gets the same shape of the establishing statute. If it is established by the law, it is a different entity. Okay, so if a company is incorporated by the company's law, company law incorporate company is getting incorporated, it is different. Whereas if it is life insurance corporation, if it is okay, Tamil Nadu Housing Development Corporation, under a law, if it is established, if it is then it is different. In the case of Noida, it is established under the law, so it is like government itself. Chennai Corporation is government done. Chennai Corporation, it is a corporation. It is a what you call it as a local authority. But still, for all practical purposes, it will be like payment made to government. It will be my payment made to government. Mark an important there. Hindustan Lever, the assessee will not be considered as assessee in default. Or
Sir,
is Raja?
it is established by the law. அதனால தானே it will not apply. Under the law na apply ஆகும் இல்லையா? If it is established by the law, then TDS will not apply, right?
Will apply, no? Companies Act.
ஏன்னா நோட்புக்ல உல்டாவா எழுதிருக்கோம்.
Please change it. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Friends, discount பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் stamp vendors you all know, stamp vendors you all know, okay, and Qatar Airways. பாரதி செல்லுலார்லாம் இப்போ no more அந்த மாதிரி systems கிடையாது. Okay, so please remember stamp vendors and Qatar Airways more than sufficient. Okay, and now for the which we might not have studied in the May examination paper. Okay, this is Director Prachar Bharati. Okay, in the so far the law was if tax is deducted, okay, so far how we are seeing in the advertising company paying to the television channel will retain 15%. There was a circular itself which said that this is not in the nature of commission. The transaction is principal to principal nature, so tax need not be deducted at source. Okay, tax need not be deducted at source. I collect an advertisement fee of 1 lakh and pay 1 lakh and pay, my dear friends. Okay, I will only pay 85,000. Okay, there is no tax obligation. That has changed because of this decision. Applicability of TDS in respect of the amount retained by accredited advertising agency out of the remittance of sale proceeds of airtime purchased from Doordarshan and sold to customers. Okay, purchased from Doordarshan and sold to. There was a CBDT circular which said commission is not applicable, but now held by the Apex Code. Definition of commission or brokerage is inclusive and covers any payment received or receivable directly or indirectly by a person acting on behalf of another person for services rendered. Covers, okay, directly or indirectly any person acting on behalf of another person for services rendered. The agreement itself uses the expression commission in all the relevant clauses. The agreement calls it as commission. The relationship is pure agency. Thus, it is held that the amount retained by the accredited advertising agencies is commission and TDS will get attracted. And TDS will get attracted most possible area in case law question. Most possible area in case law question, because there is a shift in the entire understanding. There was a circular which was issued by CBDT which called it as principal to principal payment, so commission need not be. Number classroom la Mudra Adco, okay, Moon TV, இந்த மாதிரி ரெண்டு questions, whether who is, okay, Moon TV is different, who is producing etc, but Mudra Adco அப்படின்னு ஒரு question போட்டிருப்போம். Okay, the entire thing gets a new shape because of this Supreme Court judgment. Okay, the Supreme Court said நீங்களே உங்களுடைய agreement, in your agreements you are saying this as commission. When it is said as commission, the relationship is pure agency. Thus, it is held that the amount retained by the accredited advertising agency is only commission and TDS is liable to be deducted or collected and remitted. So, send a debit note, etc., whatever it is. So, this is a shift from our circular. The Supreme Court judgment will now stand. This Supreme Court judgment will now stand. If time permits in the examination, you write there was a circular, but however, a Supreme Court judgment renders this as advertisement, so commission needs to be deducted. Okay, transmission wheeling charges, okay, they are of technical nature, so you need to deduct tax at source. Okay, Japan Airlines, Singapore Airlines, okay, all the airline cases, the Supreme Court has observed that the charges levied includes landing, lighting and aerodrome charges, aircraft parking charges, hangar charges, passenger service charges, etc. Thus, when the airline pays for these services, treating such services as charges for use of land would tantamount to adopting a totally simplistic approach, which is far away from reality. Substance behind such charges has to be considered, keeping in view the full and larger picture in mind. Hence, it cannot be treated as rent. Okay, enough time questioned. Enough time questioned. Indus Towers, it is 194I, it is 2%. Okay, it is 194I, it is 2%. Okay, Indian Oil Corporation, payment made to carrier engaged for road transport of bulk petroleum products. Okay, in the case எப்படி வந்திருந்தா இவங்க specified, you all know, we cannot use it for any other purpose. IOCL, okay, will want petrol tankers, and they are not owning tankers, they make transport operators to own it and enter into contractual obligation. Per running kilometer they pay. Per running kilometer they pay. Okay, are they hiring the vehicles? So 194I is applicable. Is it contractual obligation? So 194C is applicable. Held that the money paid to the carrier of goods is for the shortest route and not even for the idle time of the vehicle. Okay, so the vehicles are not as hired, the payment is only for the travel made by the vehicles. Okay, the vehicles cannot, though it is a specialized vehicle, no other person can use it, but still you cannot call it as hire. Okay, the contract is more for transportation of goods, therefore is within the meaning of works contract under 194C and will not fall under 194I. Okay, co-ownership, we know that each co-owner should be tested. This is similar to IOCL, this Sri Mahalakshmi Transport, okay, is again building contractor in the dipper இதெல்லாம் எடுக்கிறோமே, is it also 194I, am I hiring, or is it for transport? 194C only is applicable, not 194I. Kotak Mahindra is so far not tested, so please mark it. Okay, transaction paid by members of a stock exchange for availing automated online trading facility. Will it constitute fees for technical service and attract provisions of TDS under 194J? It is specialized. I am not doing it for one person. That is, I have that ready and whoever wanted can use it. So it cannot be. Okay, these are not technical services, but only for facilities provided. Hence, 194J will not get attracted. Okay, this is not a specialized services provided only to one person. It is a service which is general in nature. The facility is available, whoever pays can avail that facility, so it cannot be coming under 194J. The case law, only case law of TCS is scrap means not that which is not reusable. Scrap means that which is not reusable. Okay, so amongst the case laws, I have asked you to remember Kotak Mahindra Securities because it is not yet tested big time. IOC and the other one for, okay, please remember these Japan Airlines. If it is questioned, I know you can answer because we have enough spoken about it. Director Prachar Bharati is a paradigm shift from what we were understanding, so there is a more possibility of being questioned in these things. Okay, otherwise, okay, in the case law arena they want to test, this might be their focus because others are almost tested many times. Okay, So in the amendment arena, if they want to test, they will test on 194 DA, that difference. Okay, 194 IA, the consideration definition which has undergone a change. 194M, okay, where you are doing for contracts and services, for non-tax audit case and domestic payments, and also 194M cash withdrawals. And in the case law. So these are all the things which I want you to remember before going into answering questions. We will go for answering questions. Okay. Trustworth LLP pays interest. Trustworth LLP pays interest 75,000 to Indian branch of a foreign bank and 60,000 on capital to partners of the firm. 60,000 on capital to partners of a firm. Okay. Okay. Interest payment. Okay. Interest payment. Okay. Banks, tax is not liable to be deducted. The term bank will also include, okay, branch of a foreign bank located in India. Okay. Similarly, section 194A that is not applicable for interest on capital. Okay, interest on capital is not covered under 194A, so you can be sure of it will not be there. Second, does manufacture according to the specification provided by the assessee constitute job work, whether tax needs to be deducted. Okay, this I am answering in the context of section 194C, which tells what is works contract. This tells what is works contract. If the manufacturer, if the customer also supplies the raw material, okay, if the customer supplies raw material, then the money paid is for job work. Section 194C is applicable. Okay, if it all the question depends upon who supplies the or who takes care of the raw material. Okay, then the money paid is job work, and then 194C is applicable, where job worker purchases raw material, process and provides goods to supplier, where job worker purchases raw material. The job worker procures raw material, process and provides goods to supplier. then it is pure sales, TDS provisions not applicable. Then it is only pure sales, TDS provisions not applicable. Okay, this is this provision, okay, is also for specific goods. That is, I want t-shirt with the emblem Bharadwaj Institute. I am not supplying raw material. I just place an order saying that I want t-shirts with this emblem. Okay, it cannot be considered as okay job working charges. It is pure sales. So the question is, who supplies the raw material? That will determine the answer also. Okay. Third, Sunil Pratap deposits 18,000 per month in the recurring deposit of Indian Bank Mylapore branch at 6% interest rate. Okay, right? So, before going into it, section 194 covers all types of deposit except savings account. Okay, savings account I need not deduct tax at source. The bank is not liable to deduct tax at source. Namada savings deposit no they call it as savings account. Whereas so FD and RD, okay, time deposit and recurring deposits are covered in this particular provision. Okay, are covered. Okay, so in the question asked, I will assume okay that Sunil deposits in the middle of every month. Okay, Sunil deposits in the middle of every month. அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கலாம். Okay, for a minute, I will consider Sunil deposits in the middle of every month. So he is depositing 18,000. In 12 months, he would have deposited 21,60,000. 21,60,000 into rate of interest is 6% into 6 by 12. Okay, the total interest credited by bank will be 6,480. Is my working correct? 18,000 per month. Yeah. Okay. The total deposit, the total is 6,480. Okay. Since the interest has not exceeded the threshold. Threshold now is rupees 40,000. Okay. Taxes not liable to be deducted. Taxes not liable to be deducted. Okay, so the fundamental thing I want you to understand is it is also for RD and the limit has been raised. Okay. Fourth, Annalakshmi Hotel does not permit customers to directly tip the service providers but collect it as a fixed percentage of bill, and the same is paid to all employees on an equitable basis. ITC hotels. Okay. The amount paid by the employer is not part of salaries. The amount paid by, okay, employer just collected from customers and provided it to service providers. Okay, service providers. So it is indirectly customer directly paying. So 192 obligation does not arise. That is, 192 obligation means that is on salaries does not arise. Okay. All the properties of Vijay Malaya has been seized by the government and now under High Court purview. High Court has ordered all income that needs to be paid to the assessee be remitted to the High Court. Assessee has made the okay. This is I'm talking about UCO Bank. This is I'm talking about UCO Bank, where interest is paid to the High Court, okay, Registrar of High Court, no, okay, Registrar of High Court, okay, taxes not liable to be deducted. Okay, ultimate beneficiaries போகும்போது tax. This is paid to the government, so tax is not liable to be deducted. Okay, how will the provisions of tax deduction apply for winnings in kind? If the assessee fails to deduct, will the assessee be treated as assessee in default? Okay, right? So the first point, how will, okay, how tax will be for winnings in kind. Okay, for this I will answer the first part the question. Okay, the provider, that is the person who is providing the winnings in kind, okay, should ensure that the receiver has either paid the tax and submitted the proof, or collect the tax from the receiver and remit it, okay, and remit it to the government account. Okay, okay, you have to either, how will the winnings in kind apply? Either collect from him the taxes and remit it, or ask him to pay the tax, submit the proof, then give the article, okay. Then comes this here, okay, Hindustan Lever case law, okay, where it is said, okay, assessee will not be considered as, okay, assessee in default. Why the law is saying he will not be considered as assessee in default? Okay, there is actually no payment made by the assessee. The law specifies that while making the payment, tax has to be deducted at source. Okay, since no payment is made, okay, default provisions for the 201, okay, will not apply. Okay, he will not be considered as assessee in default. Okay, no doubt he should have deducted tax. Okay, no doubt he should have deducted tax. Okay, he should have collected tax, okay, but suppose he failed to deduct, okay, or suppose he failed to collect, will the assessee be treated as to, okay, a court judgment says, a high court judgment says, boss, what is his mistake he has done? He has not, he cannot deduct, okay, the beneficiary is sometime unknown. No doubt he is liable to, but don't treat him as assessee in default. Collect from him the other cost, etc., but don't treat him as assessee in default. Is that particular case judgment previously questioned? Do not worry. Seashore India Limited, a shipping company, had 4 transport operator. Okay, so transport operator ku ஒரு நிமிஷம். Section 194C, is it applicable for a transport operator? The answer is two-way. 1, generally yes, but if the transport operator provides a declaration, on the declaration what will he say? That I don't own more than 10 vehicles. If the transport operator provides a declaration, and also if the transport operator provides a declaration, happy, and not only declaration, and also provides PAN, in that case I need not deduct. Repeat பண்றேன். If the transport operator provides a declaration and also provides PAN, in that case I am not going to deduct and I am not liable to deduct tax. Otherwise, yes. Okay. Seashore India Limited, a shipping company, had paid 4 transport operators a sum of 2,50,000 each. 194C limit is 1 lakh. Okay, in the previous year. Transporter A given proof of having less than 10 vehicles but fails to provide PAN. Transporter B has provided proof as well as PAN that he holds only 10 vehicles at the end of the year. Transporter C has more than 10 vehicles, so neither provides proof nor PAN. Transporter D just provided PAN. Compute the TDS impact. Okay, so we are now in 194C, payment made to, okay, payment to GTA, goods transport operator. In the abbreviation is very popular for you in your GST law, so I have written the abbreviation. Okay, right. Transporter A, what did he do? Transporter A has given proof but fails to provide PAN. Okay, okay, இங்க நான் முதல்ல parent law எழுதிறேன். Okay, for non-deduction, both declaration and proof has to be provided. Okay, in this case, since PAN is not provided, tax is liable to be deducted at 20%, not 1% or 2%. Individual HUF now 1%. Okay, PAN is not provided, so tax is liable to be deducted at 20%. Transporter B, what does he do? Okay, has provided proof as well as PAN that he holds 10 vehicles, not only end of the year, all through, but he has provided both. Okay, since both proof and PAN are provided, tax is not liable to be deducted. Sorry, both declaration and PAN. Okay, transporter C, transporter C, okay, has more than 10 vehicles, so he neither provides proof nor PAN. Okay, since PAN is not provided, and other bigger error than the declaration. Okay, tax is liable to be deducted at 20%. At 20%. Transporter D. Okay, transporter D just provides PAN. Okay, since declaration is not provided but PAN provided, tax rate, TDS rate is 1% or 2% as the case may be. Depends upon whether you are individual or you are an individual HUF or other assessees. Depending upon that, you will be asked to pay. Payment of rupees 40,000 was made to Nandita in September 2019 without deducting tax at source. However, while making the next payment of 70,000 in Feb 2020, tax of 11,000, that is 10% of 1,10,000, was deducted and remitted in April. Is the assessee liable to deter any interest? If so, determine. Yes, we know that. We know this. We have worked a question in the classroom also. Okay, interest for TDS is TDS default is as follows. Okay, non-deduction 1% for every month or part thereof. Part thereof means even one day will be taken as 1 month. Non-deduction 1% for every month or part thereof. Okay, from the month the assessee is liable to deduct. From the month the assessee is liable to deduct. Okay, non-payment. Okay, you have deducted but not paid 1.5% for every month or part thereof from the month of deduction, okay, from the month of deduction. So in this case, how it is working out for Nandita? 40,000 September, okay, September to Feb, September, October, November, December, Jan, Feb, 6 months, okay, for 6 months, 1%, okay. So for payment made in September, okay, she should, okay, assessee should have deducted 40,000 into 10%. Okay, interest will be from September to, okay, from September to Feb. Okay, interest will be from September to Feb, 4,000 into 1% into September, October, November, December, Jan, Feb, 6 months. Okay, 6 months. Normally செப்டம்பர் அக்டோபர்ல தான் பே பண்ணோம். ஆனா இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் கால்குலேட் பண்ணும்போது it is not from October, it is from September. For deducted but not paid. Okay, so how much? 1,10,000 into 10%, 11,000. Okay, okay, interest will be from Feb to April. Okay, so if I look at it, 11,000 into 1.5% into Feb, March, April. Feb is also included. Feb is March, April. So February, 2 taxes will come. Okay, total interest. Okay, total interest will be 240 plus 495. Okay, this type of question has come twice in our examination in the last 5 years. Okay, compute the interest. Okay, okay, right. Next, ninth question. The policy of Mrs. Saraswati Manivannan and Mr. Manivannan matured in April 2019. Mrs. Saraswati Manivannan has taken the policy in Jan for a total sum of 10 lakhs on which she had paid an annual premium of 2,40,000. Maturity proceeds along with bonus is 11,50,000. Unfortunately, she did not provide PAN to the insurance company. Mr. Manivannan, who attained the age of 60 in December 2019, okay, December 2000, I think, yeah, here I have made the mistake, correction. Had this policy from January 2015, 3 lakhs for a premium and had a premium of 50,000 annually. He received 5 lakh 50,000 in July 2019. Both these things is before amendment. Amendment question I will separately work. Both these things is before amendment. Okay, remember. Okay, so I'm answering the ninth question. Okay, pre-amendment, okay, so that you are very clear, because the amendment is dated 1st September, I mean applicable only from 1st September 2019. Here the maturity is before amendment. Okay, so let us start. Mrs. Saraswati Manivannan. Okay, okay, Mrs. Saraswati Manivannan, policy taken before, on or before 31/3/2012. Policy is taken on or before 31/3/2012. Policy value is, my dear friends, 10 lakhs. Okay, 10 lakhs is the policy value. 10 lakhs is the policy value. Okay, premium, okay, 2,40,000. The premium paid amounts to 2,40,000. Okay, 20% of policy value, okay, 20% of policy value is 10 lakhs into 20%, 2 lakhs. Since the premium paid is more than 20% of policy value, the maturity process are not exempt under 10 subsection 10D. Okay, since maturity proceeds are taxable, TDS under 194 DA is applicable. Okay, so since the maturity proceeds got taxable, TDS under 194 DA is applicable. I take this opportunity to tell you one more thing. Amendment modu I will tell you. Okay, threshold limit 1 lakh. Threshold limit 1 lakh. But policy maturity value itself is 10 lakhs. So maturity value exceeds threshold limit. Tax to be deducted at source, okay, is going to be 10 lakh into 1%. At that time, it was only 1%, 10,000. Maturity, okay, increase is exceeding the threshold. So, tax to be deducted is 10,000. The maturity deposits are different. 11 lakh 50, sorry friends. Sorry friends. 11 lakh 50,000 into 1%. It's along with bonus you have to deduct. In the new law, only for that 1 lakh 50,000 it will come 5%. Okay. Now for Mr. Manivandan. This is for Mr. Manivandan. The next is for Mr. Manivandan. Okay. Okay. Maturity, I mean policy value is going to be, policy value is 3 lakh. Policy taken on or after 1st April 2012. So up to 10, okay, so 2012. So actually the premium paid is 50,000 annually, 50,000 annually. Okay, 10% of policy value because it is taken on or after the, okay, into 10%, 30,000. Okay, since the premium paid is more than 10% of policy value, since the premium paid is more than 10% of policy value, maturity proceeds are not exempt and it's taxable. Okay, now how much is the maturity proceeds? Maturity proceeds comes to 5,50,000. 5,50,000. Tax liable to be deducted at 1% because it has exceeded the threshold of 1 lakh into 1%. So 5,500. So 5,500. Okay, because there is an amendment, they might ask you both the ways. So let's be clear. Transmission, wheeling and SLDC charges, are they liable? Okay, I'm just writing the case law. Indus Towers, okay, Indus Towers, it is a technical, okay, please understand, okay, transmission and wheeling are technical in nature. Okay, just because there is no human intervention, you cannot say there is no technical in nature. You are supposed to deduct tax at source. Discount on stamp vendors, discount price for airline operators. Okay, 11th question I am covering. Ahmedabad, okay, stamp vendors, okay, association, okay, taxes not liable to be deducted on discount on stamp values because it is more like cash. you are not liable to deduct tax at source. Okay, next is, okay, this is one case law. Okay, this is one case law. Next, with regard to airline, is Qatar Airways. Qatar Airways. Okay, next with regard to airways is Qatar Airways. What is this? See, I don't know at what price he has sold. Okay, I have given the air ticket at a lesser price, asking him to sell it at any price, asking the agent to sell it at any price. So the difference might be commission. Okay, airline operator is not aware of the price at which tickets are sold. So tax is not liable to be deducted on them. Only whatever is the minimum commission which I am offering, I should deduct tax at source. Otherwise, when I am not even aware, how do you expect me to deduct tax at source? So this is those two case laws. Okay. A member of a cooperative bank who is a senior citizen is paid interest on deposit 70,000. Any payment to a member of cooperative bank, cooperative society is not liable under TDS provision. Analyze. Okay, is not liable under TDS provision. Analyze. What is this? Yes, it is true. I will give you the law. Payment made by a cooperative society to its members are not taxable, hence TDS obligation does not arise in the agricultural cooperative society, etc., etc. So payment made by a cooperative society to its members are generally not taxable. So there is no liability to deduct tax at source. Hence there is no liability to deduct tax at source. I am a member of a cooperative bank. I am a member of a cooperative bank. I deposit my money in the bank. I am a member of a cooperative bank. I have deposited money in that particular bank. Okay. What the bank now pays me is not in the capacity of the member. What the bank now pays me is not in the capacity of member, but as a deposit holder, they are paying me interest. Remember, yes, parent law legislation says cooperative society and members come under mutuality concept. Okay, so there is no income, so no tax is liable to be deducted at source. Acceptable, understandable, yes. But in the instant case which I am talking about, please understand, in the instant case which I am talking about, the payment is not made in the capacity of the member. I am making the payment in the capacity of a deposit holder. He might be a member. That doesn't mean tax should not be deducted at source. Okay. However, a cooperative society, a cooperative bank, paying interest to a deposit holder who is also a member is liable to deduct tax if the total interest exceeds the threshold limit. If the total interest exceeds the threshold limit, okay, where it is exceeding, I am liable to deduct. Okay, so in this case, I am liable to deduct. Okay, in the given scenario, okay, in the given case, the receiver is a senior citizen. Threshold limit is rupees 50,000. Actual interest paid is rupees 70,000. So tax is liable to be deducted at 10%. So tax is liable to be deducted at 10%. Okay. This question, this amendment came, that question is already asked just to ensure that 4 5 years itself before this amendment came. Withdrawal of rupees 50,000 from RPF by assessee, further assessee fails to provide PAN. Okay, let me give you a brief of section 192A. Let me give you a brief of section 192A. Okay, PF withdrawals are normally exempt. PF withdrawals are normally exempt. Let me give you a brief of 194A, my dear friends. Normally, PF withdrawals are exempt. It is not taxable. PF withdrawals are normally exempt. Okay, you understand? PF withdrawals are normally exempt. However, there is one exception to this rule. Okay, however, if the employee withdraws without completing 5 years of continuous service, okay, if the employee withdraws without completing 5 years, then it becomes taxable. Who will know? Only the PF department knows. Okay, so where it is taxable, TDS provisions applicable. Only if it is taxable, TDS provisions are applicable. That is, the PF department will, okay. However, the threshold limit is rupees 50,000. The threshold limit is rupees 50,000. In this case, the withdrawal is only rupees 50,000. Hence, okay, PF department is not liable to deduct tax at source. Okay, hence PF department is not liable to deduct tax at source even if PAN is not provided. Okay, right? In the question, in the section, one of the important thing to note down. Okay, somewhere in the memory, if you note it down, PAN not provided, 30% is the tax. All other sections, 20% only. Here, PAN not provided, 30% is the deduction. House property and agricultural land belonging to Manasa are sold to Anupama at a price of rupees 60 lakhs and 51 lakhs. Okay, the stamp value of these properties are 75 lakhs and 60 lakhs, or comprehensive quick understanding. Okay, right, a comprehensive understanding, right, in the hands of, okay, Manasa, okay, in the hands of Manasa. Okay, remember, house property and agricultural land belonging to Manasa are sold to Anupama at a price of 60 and 51. Okay, so for her, okay, just recollection, section 50C is applicable. Okay, right? Sale of immovable property, ரெண்டுமே immovable property தான். Sale of immovable property, full value of consideration will be actual consideration or stamp value, provided it exceeds 105% of actual consideration, whichever is higher. So she will pay tax taking that consideration as 75 lakhs and 60 lakhs. She will pay tax taking it as 75 lakhs and 60 lakhs. Now let us focus on in the hands of Anupama. In the hands of Anupama, how this provision will apply. Okay, two provisions will apply. One, gift provisions will apply. Okay, that is inadequate consideration if it exceeds rupees 50,000, then such inadequate consideration will become taxable. Okay, this is one provision. The second provision that will apply is 194. Okay, she is liable to deduct tax at 194 IA. Okay, applicable for immovable property other than agricultural land. Other than agricultural land. So for agricultural land, she is not liable to deduct tax at source. Okay, threshold limit 50 lakhs. Okay, threshold limit 50 lakhs. So for the house property, okay, she is liable to deduct. Okay, for the house property, she is liable to deduct 75 lakhs into 1%. 75 lakhs into 1%. No TAN is required. Okay, anything, no TAN is required, nothing. Okay. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, in the question number 13, sir. Sir, you mentioned that if a PAN is not provided, it will be taxed at 30%.
Yeah.
Sir, it should be at MMR, no, sir? Because in
Yeah,
book we have
okay.
written
30,
RTMMR.
you mean to say whether surcharge and EC will be added? That's what
Surcharge.
okay.
Sir.
Actually, resident assessee ki base rate matram. Non-resident assessee, if the total withdrawal exceeds, okay, that is different. But here it is only the base rate that is spoken about for resident assessee. That's why I said 30%.
சார் வெப்சைட்ல பிஎஃப் வித்ட்ரா பண்ணும்போது மேக்ஸிமம் மார்ஜினல் ரேட் தான் காட்டிட்டு இருக்கும் சார்.
ஆமாம், கண்டிப்பா அதான் நான் சொல்றேன் உங்கள்ட்ட. நீங்க மேக்ஸிமம் மார்ஜினல் ரேட்ன்றது இங்க பேஸ் ரேட் மாத்திரம் தான். ரெசிடென்ட் அசஸீஸ்க்குலாம் வந்து யூ நீட் நாட் ஆட் அப் த ஹெச்இசி அண்ட் சர்சார்ஜ் காம்பனன்ட். பேஸ் ரேட்டோட மேக்ஸிமம் மார்ஜினல் ரேட் இஸ் 30%.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, 15th. Applicability of 194C or 194I in letting out of mobile towers. I am talking about, okay, Indus towers. I am talking about Indus towers. Okay, the law says, okay, it is letting out of, okay, plant, machinery and equipment. So 194I second provision is applicable. That is, it is 2% or 2% only, but not under 194C, under 194I. 16. Divya and Manasa co-own a property which has been let out on a total rent of 40,000 per month. Both have equal share in the property. So I'm coming to Canara Bank. It's a case law come. It's a provision. It's a circular. Okay. In case of co-ownership. In case of co-ownership, my dear friends, okay, threshold limit has to be for each co-owner. Okay, it is not totally, it is for each co-owner. In the given case, okay, rupees 2,40,000 for each co-owner. Okay, so 20,000 per month. Since the payment made has not exceeded the threshold, assessee is not liable to deduct tax at source. Assessee is not liable to deduct tax at source. Okay. Swiss Airways enters into an agreement with Madras Airport Authority for landing and parking charges of their vehicles. Okay, so you know Japan Airways, Singapore Airways. Okay, so it is 194. C is only applicable, not 194.10. Okay, the detailed judgment you can refer it in our sheet. 18. The threshold limit under 194J is 30,000, which covers fees for professional service and technical service. Is it totally 30,000 for both or per service? Here it is per service. Okay. In case of 194J, it has been clarified that the threshold limit is per service. Okay, is per service. 19. House rent payable to landlord per month is 22,000 and maintenance charges 4,000. Is there a tax liability to deduct tax? Will your answer differ if 4,000 is paid for furniture? Okay. Okay. Yes, there is a liability to deduct tax under 194 under 194I. Threshold limit will be computed for all rent paid by the assessee to the same person. Okay, it is not for per hire charges, it is for total hire charges, all the rent that are paid. Okay, so in the given case, tax at the rate of 10% needs to be deducted for the whole rupees 26,000. Okay, and you cannot bifurcate between services. It is not like this 194J where it is per service. Here it is comprehensive. It is per owner except not per service. So it's comprehensive. You need to deduct 20th.
Sir,
Yes, friend.
sir,
Yes, friend.
sir, 194 IB 194 IB also can give an alternate solution, sir.
I will do that 194 IB. I will do it and show you.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you want to know 194 IB. That's what I understand. This is not under 194 IB. This is a business payment, but I will do 194 IB. What you are asking? Don't. Payment of 5 lakhs made to JCP and Co. or to Pingu Events Company for organizing a debate competition on the subject of preservation of rural heritage of Rajasthan. Okay, right? The question is it coming under 194J? This event management activity for conducting debate, is it coming under 194J or 194C? It is a perennial dispute. Okay, the winners of the debate competition will be covered under the winnings category 194B. Okay, but otherwise, what will be the tax liable to be deducted for payment to the event manager, event organizer? Okay, in this specific case, they held 194C. In this, it's a old case. In this case, they held okay, event management is a general activity and not a professional activity. Okay, they arrange stage, they arrange various the various chairs, everything they take care, they arrange. So you cannot say that they are doing a professional job. Okay, hence tax needs to be deducted under 194C. Hence, tax needs to be deducted under 194C and not 194J. But case to case, there will be small variation. This question came when there was a circular or amendment. So that's why, it's a case law. That's why it is still available. Profit of 1 lakh paid by reinsurance company to the insurer company. Okay. Okay, provisions specifically exempt commission paid for reinsurance. Okay, okay. So for reinsurance, you are not liable to pay. Even if there is a commission, you are not liable to. It's a specific exemption given in the law. Okay, hence tax is not liable to be deducted at source. Hence, tax is not liable to be deducted at source. 22. KD, a part-time director of DAF Private Limited, was paid an amount of 2,25,000 as fees, which was actually in the nature of commission on sales for the period. Okay. So 22. Okay. Any payment to a director other than remuneration is covered under 194J. 194J. Any payment to a director other than remuneration, my dear friends, is covered under section 194J and not under section 192. Okay, remuneration is covered under 192. Okay, threshold limit nil. Okay, threshold limit nil. So in this given case, okay, since he is a part-time director, assuming that the company is not paying remuneration, tax liable to be deducted at source, tax liable to be deducted at source is 2,25,000 into 10%. 2,25,000 into 10%. Okay, you can also write the alternative view. If it is taken as remuneration, it will form part of salary and we will be able to compute. But generally, for a part-time director, they don't pay remuneration. It will come here. Karthik, நம்ம friend கேட்ட question. Karthik residing in a rented property for which he claims HRA benefit pays a rent of 60,000 per month to the owner of property. Okay, section. This is coming under section 194 IB. This is coming under 194 IB. A quick look at the provision. Okay, threshold. Okay, applicable for, okay, non-business assessee. Why I am saying? Because for business assessee 194I takes care. Okay, so it is for non-business assessee and those not covered under 194I. You can even write it as those not covered under 194I. Individuals or HUF whose turnover is less than 1 crore, etc. Okay, threshold limit here is interesting, rupees 50,000 per month. Threshold limit is interesting, it is per month, so it is not on the base. You cannot immediately say 6 lakhs per annum. No, I still maintain it is 50,000 per month. Okay, tax rate is 5%. Tax is liable to be deducted only in the last month of the year or last month of tenancy, whichever is earlier. Okay, tax is liable to be deducted in March. Suppose I vacate the property in November itself, then in November. Okay, tax is liable to be deducted in the last month of the year or in the last month of tenancy, whichever is earlier. Okay, now in this case, okay, assuming it's for whole year, okay, total rent 50,000 into 12. Okay, tax liable to be deducted in March 2020, okay, is 6 lakhs into 5%. Okay, 30,000 you will pay it to the department. 20 or sorry, did I 60,000?
60,000.
Yeah. Okay, 7,20,000. 36,000 you will be paying to the department. Remaining 24,000 you will be paying to the owner for the month of March alone. Okay, deduction is only, the responsibility is only in the last month of tenancy. Suppose if he vacates in October, I will compute for 7 months and on that I will compute 5%. Here if the owner doesn't provide PAN, 20% needs to be deducted, but it will be restricted to the last month's rent. It will be restricted to the last month rent. Okay, suppose if the owner in this case doesn't provide to the PAN, okay, will I be deducting 7,20,000 into 20%? 144, but I have only 60. Deduct 60,000, that is sufficient. Okay, deduct 60,000, that is sufficient. Where the owner doesn't provide PAN, 20% or last month rent, whichever is less. Okay. Payment for buying petroleum goods, I was just telling you. Okay. Indian Oil Corporation. Okay. Vehicles are not taken on hire. Payment is made only for distance covered. Hence, 194C is only applicable. Transaction charges to members for availing online. Okay, Kotak Mahindra, Kotak Security, sorry. Okay, it is not a specialized service for a particular person. It is a facility availed on payment of a particular fee. It is a facility availed on payment of a particular fee. Hence, it will not be treated as 194J. It will not be treated as 194J. Am I clear? Before going for amendment based, let me work out some things extra. Okay, because I want you to comprehensively understand. Okay, let us take for example. Okay, one example on 192. Okay, salaries. Okay, taxable salary after providing standard deduction. After providing standard deduction, let us take that it comes to 22 lakhs. Let us take that it comes to 22 lakhs. Okay, what is going to be the TDS? Because 192 is a specific section. 192 and all the non-resident provisions will make you add the educational cess and surcharge if applicable, everything. Okay, otherwise everything is base rate. We are not adding. Non-residents we will add. So 192 is a specific provision where, okay, after providing standard deduction, after all deduction, 22 lakhs. Okay, base tax will be 22 lakhs minus 10 lakhs into 30% plus 1,12,500. Okay, so for 4,72,500 and HEC at 4%, add HEC at 4%. So my total tax liability comes to, okay, my total tax liability comes to 4,91,400, okay, divided by number of months of employment, okay, tax to be deducted per month, okay, it is always per month divided by number of months. So in the case of salaries, provide for all the benefits, that is standard deduction, HRA, 180C எல்லா deduction after providing, employer acts as an assessing officer. So he takes all the proof, provides all the deduction, and on the salary computed, add HEC also, surcharge if it is applicable, add surcharge also. The tax to be deducted per month will be 40,950, 40950. We call this popularly as average rate. We call this popularly, there is no specific rate given in the law, it is average rate. Okay. This is one thing which I want you to recollect. I also want you to recollect, though I have done part of it, section 194B and section 194BB. Okay, winnings. One is for horse race, another, okay, threshold limit. Okay, my dear friends, is 10,000. Threshold limit 10,000. Rate is 30%. Suppose it later loss இருந்ததுன்னா, that is, I am winning in one horse race. Let us take 1 lakh. And in another horse race, I am losing 20,000. I am losing 20,000. Set off not possible. Winnings will only be taxable on gross basis. There is no set off possible for the person who is betting. No expenses are allowed. So on the 1 lakh, I need to deduct 30%. Now I cannot reduce the 20,000 and take 80,000. While paying to the winner, what I will do? 1 lakh minus 20,000 minus 30,000. I will pay only 50,000 to the winner. But always it is on, there is no expenses, there is no loss adjustment. Whatever is the winnings money on this, this is payable. Okay. 194C, we know what are all the individual parts of 194C. Okay, 194D, insurance commission, not for reinsurance. 194H, okay, commission and brokerage. Okay, sale of lottery ticket. 194G, all have a same threshold limit, 15,000, 5%. Okay, 194DA, I was just telling you. 194E, on the 5th day evening, non-resident taxation, I will speak about sports person and their tax to be deducted at source. Okay, 194, okay, 194 IA, IB, IC, okay, or for immovable property, the rent that is payable, okay, and the consideration. Now we clearly remember what is the consideration, what is the amendment that I got for the consideration also. Okay, 194J is for all the professional fees that is payable. Okay, 194L is for non-resident taxation. Again, I will take it on the 5th day evening when I am doing non-resident taxation. Business trust law is only deductible at 5%. So again, we will cover it when we are doing that. Okay, and the other things are 194M and N, which has been newly introduced. Amendment-based question.
ஒரே ஒரு doubt. In the third point of, in the third subpart, why are we taking the interest only for 6 months?
6/12, அதாவது recurring deposit எப்பயுமே, if it is deposited on the first day, okay, it is 6.5/12 அந்த மாதிரி வரும். If it is deposited on the last day, 5.5/12. If it is deposited in the middle of every month, 6/12 அந்த மாதிரி வரும்.
Oh, okay. Okay, nice.
Next, amendment-based questions. Amendment-based question. Just give me a minute, friends. Just give me a minute. Okay, all right, friends. This is a very these are all the questions which I also expect, which we can look for, okay, in different styles, okay. XYZ Limited paid rupees 44,000 interest on debenture to a senior citizen. Will your answer be different if it is paid to a person other than senior citizen? Inga, answer is not tax is zero. First, let me clarify. Why I am making this is you have to understand, okay, okay, threshold limit under 194A is increased to 40,000 and 50,000 only for interest paid by banks, cooperative banks, okay, post office, okay. So the 40,000 for these non-senior citizen and 50,000 for senior citizen is applicable only for bank interest. In this question, paid interest on debentures. Paid interest on debentures. For that, the limit is still 5,000. For that, the limit is still 5,000. Because the originally section nama padichona, in case of interest from banks, cooperatives and post office, threshold limit 10,000. For others, 5,000. Originally, for others, 5,000. This 10,000 is increased to 40,000 or 50,000 as the case may be. So that 5,000 remains still, okay. So in this question, okay, interest is paid by a company for debentures issued. Threshold limit continues to be rupees 5,000 irrespective of status of assessee. Hence, the company is liable to deduct tax at 10%. Hence, the company. இப்போ நீங்க இதெல்லாம் விடுங்க. நீங்க ஆடிட்ல if loan is obtained, unsecured loan is obtained from a person, unsecured loan is obtained from a person, அப்ப you will not see 40,000, 50,000 limit. Okay, upper you will see only 5,000 as the limit, and you need to deduct tax at source even though the receiver is a senior citizen. Even though the receiver is a senior citizen, you need to deduct tax at source. So the nyamachinga can be a twist in the if I am the examiner, I will ask this in the MCQ. An insurance company pays rupees 11 lakhs to a policy holder on 5th August 2019. What is the liability to deduct tax at source? Will your answer be different if it is paid on 5th October 2019? Okay. Okay, in both the cases, I have not given the insurance policy value and all, but I have given so that I can write the law and state it again. Okay, the second question, I am covering section 194 DA amendment. Okay, I am covering 194 DA amendment. Okay, where the policy matures on or before 31st August 2019, tax needs to be deducted at 1%. Okay, if the other conditions are fulfilled. Other conditions is 20% of policy value, 10% of policy value refer to money Saraswati Manivannan and Manivannan case. Okay, other conditions are fulfilled. Okay, where the policy matures on or after 1st September 2019, where the policy matures on or after 1st September 2019, 5% on income. Income is the difference between maturity value and premium paid. Income is the difference between maturity value and premium paid. I still feel, but ரொம்ப பெரிய clarification is not yet provided, but I still feel here the threshold limit is 1 lakh, here the threshold limit is nil. Because when they amended the law, they did not bring the threshold limit. But there are counter arguments. I have seen counter arguments by various people. I saw in one other person's lecture hall. They say that it is the threshold limit is continuing to be 1 lakh. The threshold limit is continuing to be 1 lakh. Only the rate and the method of computation is amended. But I am of the opinion that that threshold limit 1 lakh is very high in that circumstances. Threshold limit should have been reduced because they are only speaking about income, and I think purposefully they have kept it open as nil. Okay, I have kept it open as nil. If there is a theory question, answer it like this. If there is a practical question exceeding 1 lakh, no problem, you will put 5%, etc. If there is a practical question reduced or less than 1 lakh, give two opinions. Give two opinions, two options. Okay, threshold limit, if it continues to be 1 lakh, tax is nil. If the threshold limit is nil, okay, that is yet to be clarified, because 1st September only it has been amended, and after that the finance ministry had enough things to worry about, and they had the least worry on 194 DA. But I am of the opinion that the threshold limit is nil. But there is a counter opinion that the threshold limit, when it is not set, it is continuing. Okay, I feel it is nil. Next, Sivaram books an apartment for 47,50,000. For the other amenities provided, he is liable to pay 5 lakh. The builder is of the opinion, in the question the builder is of the opinion that tax is not liable to be deducted at source, as the cost of the apartment has not exceeded 50 lakhs. As the cost of the apartment has not exceeded 50 lakhs. Okay, this I am talking about section 194 IA amendment. It is a clarificatory amendment. The term consideration, okay, includes all charges paid for acquiring the property and not just the property value alone. Okay, not just the property value alone. In the given case, the total consideration paid by Sivaram, okay, exceeds. Okay, if you look at the total consideration, okay, will be 47,50,000 plus 5 lakhs. The total consideration paid by Sivaram is 52,50,000. Consideration exceeds the threshold of rupees 50 lakhs. That, okay, tax to be deducted 1% of consideration. So tax liable to be deducted into 1%. Okay, technically இது வந்து ஒரு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா பாயிண்ட் சொல்றேன். டெக்னிக்கலா this tax நான் எழுதினேன்னு நினைச்சேன், பட் மறந்து போயிட்டேன் எழுதுறதுக்கு. Needs to be paid within 30 days of the from the end of the month. So today, 2nd October, I deduct. I need to pay before November 30th. And our registrar office you provide me the proof, then only I register. So it is a technical provision, but it will be useful for 194M and N. Okay, I wanted this to be written, but I don't know how I missed. Okay, for 194 IA, 194M, 194N. In all the cases, 30 days, 194M, sorry, 194 IA, IB and IM. 194 IA, IB and M. 30 days from the, அது எப்படியும் மார்ச்னா April 30th தான். Okay, 30 days from the end of the month of deduction you need to pay. Okay. Bhimraj is an individual. He makes the following payment to a resident consultant or to a resident contractor for works contract or to a resident by way of commission and brokerage. Amount of payment 27 lakhs on August 10, 2019 and 26 lakhs on November 22, 2019. The following situations are examined. Bhimraj is a businessman. His books of accounts are audited every year under section 44AB. Payment to consultant or contractor or broker is for business purpose. 2. Bhimraj is a businessman. His books are not audited in the immediately preceding financial year. Payment to consultant is for business purposes. Okay. Payment made is for business purposes. Payment to consultant or contractor is for personal purposes, so it is not deductible under 37(1). Bhimraj is a non-resident Indian or a foreign citizen. He does not have any income in India. Payment is for personal purpose. Bhimraj is an agriculturist. His entire income is exempt under 10(1), but he is making this payment for personal purposes. Okay. I will answer it also in 194N. I'm answering it here also. How to measure threshold limit. If the entire services are completed before the amendment date. What is the amendment date? 1st September. Okay, before the amendment's date, TDS liability does not arise even if payment is made after that. Okay, 194 NLயும் திருப்பி explain பண்றேன். Okay, even if payment is not there. If part of the services are completed before amendment date and partly after 1st September, threshold limit will be measured in total. In total, that is, in this case, after 1st September, I paid only 26 lakhs, for example. Before 1st September, I have paid another 26 lakhs. So 52 lakhs than our total consideration at the time. Provision is applicable. At the time of making the last payment, which is after the date of amendment. If everything is over before the date of amendment, forget it. But after the amendment, if I am making any payment, after the amendment, my dear friends, if I am making any payment and in total the consideration has exceeded, I am liable to deduct tax at source. I am liable to deduct tax at source. At 5%, I am liable to deduct tax at source. Okay, remember this and we will answer part wise. Now, first one. Okay, part A. What is part A? Okay, he is a businessman covered under 194C, 194H, and 194G, whatever provisions are. 194J, sorry. Okay, 194J. Deduction will be made in those respective sections, and 194M will not be applicable. It is payment for business. Okay, the payment is for business purposes, so it is covered there. I will not even be worried about it. Vimraj is a business. Books are not audited in the immediate process. So, he is not liable under 194C, 194J, 194H. He is not liable under 194C, okay, all those sections he is not, okay, liable. So, is for business purposes only. Is for business purposes only. When I look into the amendment, you will understand, okay, it is individuals who are now carrying on business but not subjected to tax audit are also coming here, okay. So, part B. Okay. Section 194M will be applicable since the assessee is not liable under 194C, H, and I. Okay, and J. Okay, so 194M is applicable since the assessee is not applicable in those sections. Threshold limit 50 lakhs. Total payment made, including payment made before amendment, okay, is coming to, my dear friends, is coming to 27 plus 26. Huh? Yeah, 26 lakhs plus 27 lakhs. So 27 lakhs plus 26 lakhs, 53 lakhs. Okay, tax to be deducted 5%. Tax to be deducted 5%. Okay, so 5% of 53 lakhs you need to deduct it and remit it while paying the last money. Okay, for personal purposes, okay, for personal purposes, domestic payments are also covered under 194M. Domestic payment are also covered under 194M. Okay, answer remains the same as like part B. Okay, answer remains the same as like part B. Domestic payments are also covered. Basically, this is for domestic payment. Basically, this is for contractors. Domestic contractors. இப்போ ஒரு பெரிய businessman இருக்கார். Okay, he is constructing his residence. Okay, obviously the value will be more than 50 lakhs. When he is constructing an office building, he is going to pay 194C 1% or 2%. He is constructing a residence. நம்மளுடைய CA intermaterial ஒரு example இருக்கும். Okay, that is he is constructing, okay, a theater inside his house. Okay, with audio system etc. and all. Okay, so he has spent 60 lakhs. Okay, and the mari cases nariya irukum. Okay, today that is not a one-off expenditure, that is very popular expenditure. So a very important amendment and a very prospective or productive amendment for the government. Okay, part D, provision is applicable for all individuals and HUF. Okay, hence even non-residents are covered under this provision. Okay, even if the payer is a non-resident, they are covered under this provision. You have to deduct. Part E. Okay, okay. Just because the income is exempt, it cannot be said that 194M is not applicable. Okay, even if the assessee is an agriculturist, okay, provisions of 194M will be applicable for the spendings. Okay, it is not an income based provision. It is if you have made a payment, okay, for any purposes, even if you are an agriculturist, this provision will apply.
Sir,
Raja?
sir, can you throw some light on part C, sir? Didn't get it point C, sir.
Part C, sir, if it is for domestic purposes also, that is, this provision is applicable for who is not carrying but not subject to individuals and HUF not carrying on business also, this provision is applicable. That is, Ipo, I am constructing a house, sir. Okay, I am giving the construction as a contract to a builder. The builder says that it will be totally 75 lakhs. I have to pay to the builder 75 lakhs. Previously, இப்போ நான் ஆபீஸ் கட்டுறேன், the builder says 75 lakhs, 194C is applicable. But I am constructing my residential house. Till 1st September 2019, there was no provision where I need to deduct tax. But from now on, if the value of the contract exceeds 50 lakhs, okay, the builder says 75 lakhs, I need to reduce. I am not a businessman and I am not constructing my office. I am constructing a residential property. I am liable to deduct 5% tax. Like that, I am making a payment to a commission agent more than 50 lakhs. ரொம்ப rare தான் இந்த non-business caseல. But contractல it is going to be very important. I am making a professional fees more than 50 lakhs. Then I am liable to deduct tax at 5%.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
(194N). Okay, so next is 194N. In the light of provisions of section 194N, answer the following. Let me go to the base law. Section 194N, again a questionable area. 1 crore withdrawn before 1st September. No other withdrawals. Okay, let me call it as more than 1 crore. More than 1 crore withdrawn before 1st September. No other withdrawals from September to March. No TDS. No TDS, my dear friends. Tax cannot be deducted because you are withdrawn. 90 lakhs withdrawn up to 31st August. 90 lakhs withdrawn up to 31st August. September to March, withdrawal 20 lakhs. TDS on 10 lakhs. TDS on 10 lakhs. Okay. So after the threshold is exceeded, after the TDS on 10 lakhs. Third case. 1.2 crores withdrawn before 1st September. In September, assessee withdraws 20 lakhs. Remember, TDS is only on 20 lakhs. You need not deduct for 40 lakhs. TDS is only on 20 lakhs. If threshold is already exceeded, every withdrawal after from 1st September is taxable. If threshold is already not withdrawn, is not exceeded, then wait for the threshold to exceed and then tax it. Okay? If the threshold has already exceeded, but no withdrawals after the amendment, no TDS. No TDS. Repeating, if the threshold has already exceeded and there are no withdrawals from September to March, no TDS. If the threshold is exceeding only now, on such excess, return TDS. If the threshold has already exceeded, now also I am making lot of withdrawal. For whatever already exceeded, you forget it. Only for all withdrawals that take place from the amendment date, start deducting tax. In the light of provisions of section 194N, answer the following. A company has withdrawn 1.5 crores up to 31st August 2019, after which there is no withdrawal, no TDS. A company has withdrawn up to 1.5 crores up to August 2019. Between September and March, withdraws 60 lakhs. On the 60 lakhs at the specified percentage, tax has to be deducted at source. Company withdraws 10 lakh every first day of every month throughout the previous year. Up to 10 months, up to January, no tax deduction. February and March, tax deduction. Is this provision per branch or per entity? This is the crucial question which you need to answer. Okay. Remember 194N. Okay. Tax is liable to be deducted aggregate withdrawal from one or more account of the holder. Okay. இப்போ you have CBS etc. Okay. ஒரு நிமிஷம் யோசிச்சு பாருங்க. Hindustan Lever has account in every branch in every city or village. Every branch in every city or village. All the branches put together. All the branches put together. If the company withdraws more than 1 crore, it is from one or more account of the holder. Okay, this one or more account, don't understand it as all banks put together. You know, State Bank will never know what they are withdrawing from Canara Bank. Canara Bank will never know what they are withdrawing from Indian Bank. Here, more account means I have account in multiple branches. I have account in multiple branches. Other than more account, they are same. That is what is said is more account. So if the aggregate withdrawal is more than, so it is not per branch of the entity, it is per entity. It is per entity. Okay, and specify the exceptions of this provision: payment to government, payment to bank, payment to post office, payment to white label ATM operators, all operators. Sometimes, okay, they are just taking money and coming and depositing it in the ATM. Okay, making that is a separate agency doing the job. That is a separate agency doing the job. So they are also an ATM operator, and in the new the authorized money changers are also added. Authorized dealers, which who are known as money changers or dealers, okay, they are also added. Okay, that is the answer. This type of question might, or there is lot of opportunity for coming in TDS.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, for example, I have two bank accounts, sir. Let it be in bank A and bank B. Then from bank A, I withdraw 90 lakhs.
It will
I
not be,
draw
tax will
90
not be
lakhs.
applicable. It is per bank, 1 minute. It is per bank and not per branch.
Okay.
Right? Please give me a coffee break. I'll come back and answer this. You want me to repeat the exceptions?
Yes, sir.
For withdrawal for by government, by banking companies, including cooperative banks, post office, white label ATM operators, authorized dealers or money changers. Authorized dealers or money changers.
Sir, this APMC traders are not included in the exceptions, sir.
Once more.
APMC traders are
As
not
of now,
included in the
no.
exception.
As of now, no. But slowly they will start notifying it. Friends, I'm going into.
And
Go ahead.
this public financial institutions and NBFCs are also not there, no, sir. Because NBFCs are added for that 43B statutory payments.
Yeah.
In this
Why
in this
will
case, if
NBFC withdraw from a bank in cash in excess of 1 crore?
no, for the exceptions I am asking. If the company withdraws like do a trading more than 1 crore.
That is, you mean to say company will withdraw from NBFC? No, friend, it is not possible. Even a company withdrawing from bank will be taxable. So that cannot be an exception.
Okay.
Hence, some case law or circular based question. Okay, so that we are comprehensively clear before we progress. There is a difference between established under law, established by the law. From the TDS perspective, I am talking about the payment to Noida. I am talking about Canara Bank case law here. Okay, please. Okay. I'll just refer it here. You can refer it in the case law page. Okay. And I believe this is going to be a question to be asked. This is going to be a question to be asked because of the Supreme Court judgment. Mudra Adco Limited, an advertising agency, has retained rupees 15 lakhs towards charges for procuring and canvassing advertisement from payment of 1 crore due to Cloud TV, a television channel, and remitted the balance 85 lakhs to the channel. What would the provisions of TDS under section 194H be attracted on the sum of rupees 15 lakh retained? Previously, there was a circular. Okay, previously there was a circular which was exempting this. give you the reference of circular number. It is a 2012 circular. Okay, I will give you the reference of that circular. Okay, yeah, I have it here. Okay, there was a 2016 circular number 5 of 2016. Okay, I will read that. Basically, the payments are not categorized into payment made by the client to advertising agency, which will attract TDS. In other words, the client are liable to deduct payment made by advertising agency to the television channel or newspaper company. Circular issued as early as 1995 has said that TDS provisions are not applicable for such payment. The present circular further clarifies that TDS provision will not get attracted for commission retained by such advertising agency. The circular is overruled by the Supreme Court judgment, that is Director of Prasar Bharati. Okay, the circular is now overruled. This circular number 5 of 2016 is now overruled by the Supreme Court judgment. Okay, where it is said that when you have used the same term as commission, etc., held by the Supreme Court, definition of commission or brokerage is inclusive and covers any payment received or receivable directly or indirectly by a person acting on behalf of another person. அதுதான் ஏஜென்ட்ன்றது கமிஷன்றது acting on behalf of another person. The agreement itself uses the expression commission in all the relevant clauses. The relationship is purely an agency agreement. Thus, it is held that the amount retained by the accredited advertising agency is commission and TDS is under 194H is getting attracted. Please write a detailed answer. If at all this question comes, please write a detailed answer. Okay, Prasar Bharati. Okay, so that we are not missing out on this question. Okay, most probable area because there is a shift in the thinking itself. Moon TV, a television channel, made a payment of 50 lakhs to a production house for production of program for telecasting as per the specification given by the channel. The copyright of the program is also transferred to the TV. Would such payment be liable under 194C? Discuss. Also examine whether the provisions of TDS at 194C would be attracted if the payment was made by Moon TV for acquisition of telecasting rights. So it is the same circular, okay, which I am recalling for this particular also. Okay, it is the same circular which, okay, this is circular number 4. At the same time, they released this. The solution for the question depends on the fact whether the payment is for production of content program as per the specification of the broadcaster or telecaster, or whether the payment is for acquisition of right of the content already with the production house. So, நான் என்னுடைய ஷெல்ஃப் கூட்ஸ் வாங்குறேன்னா, okay, I am going to, okay, Sun TV is approaching AVM television for purchasing the rights of Samsaram Adu Minsaram film. Sun TV approaches AVM and says that you need to produce a television content for me. Netflix approaches, okay, or advertisement எடுத்துப்போமே. Okay, Netflix approaches Dummies Drama and says that we need a content, we need you to produce a content for us exclusively. You can see in all the Netflix Amazon releases that is happening exclusively for Netflix. Okay, all the take the Family Man, take the Delhi Crime, take the Panchayat, okay, everything is an exclusively. So the broadcaster or the telecaster enjoys an exclusive right. content is produced for them. Part 2, content is there in my shelf, you taking it. The solution, I start from the top. I'll cut and paste it in the main answer. The solution for the question depends on the fact whether the payment is for the production of content of the programmer as per the specification of the broadcaster or telecaster, or whether it is for acquisition of right of the content already in my shelf. In case of content produced as per the specification provided, then it is covered under works 194C. Therefore, subject to 194C. Number idu maradana. Supply of raw material, supply only you give the job work. In case of acquisition, the provisions of 194C will not be applicable. I pasted directly. Okay, so it all depends upon which is it. Okay, straightforward or question, please don't miss it if this is the style of question. Oh, somebody was asking this question. I was saying in PGBP also. Messrs. Coalship Limited entered into an agreement for warehousing of its product with top store warehousing and deducted tax as per the provisions of 194C out of the warehousing charges paid during the year. The AO, while completing the assessment for the relevant assessment year, treated the warehousing charges as rent as defined under 194I and asked the company to make the difference amount of TDS with interest. Correct? Okay? And AO correct it was submitted by the company that the recipient has already paid the tax on the entire amount of warehousing charges, and therefore now the different amount of TDS cannot be recovered. However, it will make the payment of due interest on the different amount of TDS. Examine critically in the context of the provisions contained as to the correctness of the submission of the company. So obviously company only should be correct. AO cannot be, should not be, will not be correct in our question papers in 9 out of 10 cases. Okay. So, okay. I remember our friend asking me in the interest board. I told our friend, look, I will answer that in a particular question. Okay, where I have submitted the proof, where the resident assessee, okay, non-resident assessee in the amendment for resident assessee already the day. Okay, where I have submitted the proof that the recipient has considered it as income and paid the due taxes, I will not be again asked to deduct tax at source because it will amount to dual impact. However, the payer is liable to pay interest from the date I should have deducted. Remember, from the date I should have deducted till the date of filing of return by the receiver. Till the date of filing of return by the receiver. From the date I should have deducted 1%. Not deducted but not paid. So 1% tax is liable to be paid by me from the date of deduction. Okay. Question number 4. Okay. Messrs. Coalship is correct in their contention where the receiver submits proof that the amount received is considered as income and due taxes are paid, then the payer is not liable to deduct the same on further payments. However, the payer has to bear the interest liability. Okay. However, the payer has to take care of the interest liability. Interest will be computed at the rate of 1% from the month of supposed to be deducted till the, okay, from the month where you are supposed to, till the, okay, proof is submitted. Till the proof is submitted, you need to. 5. AKL Limited, a third-party administrator on behalf of an insurance company, has settled medical bills of rupees 5 lakh submitted by K hospitals for cashless. You are supposed to deduct tax at source under 194J. It is a circular released by the department. Third-party administrators who are making payment on behalf of the insurance company to hospitals for settlement of medical or insurance claims, etc., under various schemes, including cashless schemes, are liable to deduct tax at source under 194J on all payments to hospital. Services rendered by the hospital are primarily services which fall under professional services. So you are liable to deduct tax at source. Payment to a call center clarified that the rate of taxation will only be 2%. Okay, that the rate of taxation will only be 2%. Okay, sorry. Okay, it's not a circular. Okay, payment to call center fall under 194J, but the rate of taxation is 2%. But the rate of taxation is 2%. Payment to call centers. Next year is going to be more confusing because technical services 2%, professionals are 10%. Very confusing it's going to be. What is technical versus professional is going to be a long legal battle. Okay, so 2% is for call centers. Okay, okay. So this is about the various aspects. Okay, before completing, let me also give a small, before completing TDS, let me also give a small summary of this. Okay, software purchase. Okay, once later, I know you remember, but let me give you a small summary. Okay, normally software purchase is subject to tax under 194J. You are liable to deduct tax at source. However, where the software is purchased with the intention of reselling, so it becomes goods. Okay, slash. Okay, okay, where the supplier provides a declaration that it is already tax suffered, which means already tax has been deducted at source, where the supplier provides a detail that it is already tax suffered, then okay, TDS provisions will not apply. In the cases the TDS provisions will not apply, two cases where TDS provisions will not apply, that is where the software is purchased with the intention of reselling, or where the supplier provides a declaration, boss, I have already paid the tax for this. Okay, where the supplier provides a declaration that the goods or that the software is already tax suffered. Now உங்களை பார்க்க சொல்லிருக்கேன் உங்க ஆபீஸ்லாம். Okay, once you are back to offices or as a chartered accountant, please see Adobe bills லாம் பாருங்களேன். The already this because it is crossing multiple layers and coming to you. It is not directly from the company. There are couple of agents in between. So it will be first time itself tax suffered. Then it will not, this provision will not apply. Then this provision will not apply. இன்னொன்னு ஒரு okay, probably ஒரு பாசிங் ரெஃபரன்ஸ்ல கிளாஸ்ல சொல்லிருக்கலாம், பட் I want to make it clear. Okay, embedded software. What is embedded software? Sir, நீங்க laptop வாங்குறீங்க. You are buying laptop. Are you inside the laptop? You will find my MS Office. You will see various software uploaded. இப்போ உங்களுக்கு இன்வாய்ஸ்ல தனியா இருக்கா? Is your invoice having for the laptop this much, for Windows this much, for MS Word this much? No. You are buying a mobile phone which has some built-in apps. Okay? Which has some built-in apps. Okay? Only one second deviation. Okay? Which has some built-in apps. Immediately after examination, that is after completing the November examination, full stop போட்டுட்டு வீட்டுக்கு வந்த உடனே பார்க்க வேண்டிய படம் social dilemma. Miss not and you will understand a lot of things. Social dilemma. Okay, அதுக்கு இன்னைக்கே பாத்துறாதீங்க please. சார் நல்ல படம் நீங்களே. After exams, but the first film to watch is social dilemma. Coming back. Okay, embedded software, sir. I don't know it, sir. Okay, where it is embedded software, where the software is embedded in a hardware, TDS liability does not arise. TDS liability does not arise. Okay, TDS liability does not arise because it's a old judgment. Bombay High Court judgment it's a very old judgment. Okay, இப்போ ரீசெண்டா வந்து வேற ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்ட் என்கிட்ட கேட்கும்போது ஐ ரிமெம்பர்ட் ஐ நீட் டு ஜஸ்ட் டெல் யூ திஸ் ஆல்சோ அப்படின்னு. ஓகே, he was asking for some professional purpose, so immediately I remembered that I have to come to the classroom also and tell you embedded software TDS liability does not arise, my dear friends. I'll copy something else also here. That is this. Okay, tax collection at source. இதுல questionable tax collection at source பாத்தீங்கன்னா, okay, in the scrap the most questionable. Most questionable is scrap. Such scrap is not used for further manufacturing. It's 1%. If it is used for further manufacturing, then it will not be applicable. And motor car is one more questionable area. Motor car, okay. Once they have asked this forest product, for the question, okay, timber obtained from forest, okay, that once they have asked, otherwise 10 leaves or any other product. Okay, now that you know the rate, it is different, you can have this, but generally the questions falls around majority of the time they come and ask you in motor car. Okay, if at all, this time I don't expect because there is no amendment or anything. Okay, so and there are sufficient amendment in TDS to ask why will they concentrate on TCS, but safety, it's a better manner. Okay, it's better. What are all the consequences of not collecting TCS in respect of sale of manufacturing company? State the circumstances under which TCS is not applicable. TCS is not applicable where the scrap is reused. Okay, TCS is not applicable, my dear friends. TCS is not applicable where the scrap is not the scrap is reused. ஏன்னா இங்கேயும் சரி the shipping company la, okay, where it is reused, okay, Priya Blue Metal the company, okay, where it is reused, you should not call it as scrap. Where it is reused, you should not call it as scrap at all. Okay, so this case and that case, this provision, Priya Blue Industries Private Limited, ship being broken, the scrap that is sold is reusable. Should tax be held by the Supreme Court, the tax is not liable to be collected at source. Where the parts can be reused, then it cannot be known as scrap. That's why. Otherwise, okay, where TCS has to be collected, but the assessee fails to collect, then the assessee will be treated as assessee in default. Okay, same penalty, 1% penalty is also there here. Till you collected, 1% penalty is applicable in this case also. In this case also, my dear friends. Okay, a partner, this is the question I told you. A partnership firm makes sale of timber which is obtained under forest lease. Okay, so this is coming under timber obtained from forest lease, 2.5%. Okay, 2.5% is the tax to be deducted at source. 2.5% is the tax to be deducted at source. Okay, tax to be collected at source, sorry, not deducted, collected at source is 2.5% of sale value. Tax to be collected at source is 2.5% of sale value. H Limited, a manufacturer of luxury cars, sold 50 cars on 1/9/2009 to its dealer, each car costing 20 lakhs. TCS provisions are not applicable. Motor car where the consideration exceeds 1%, but however, if the motor car is sold to a dealer and not customer, okay, only if it is sold to the end customer, okay, only if it is sold to the customer, TCS provisions will apply. Where it is sold to a car dealer, okay, tax is not liable to be collected at source. Tax is not liable to be collected at source. Okay, will reusable scrap be subjected to TCS? அதுதான் இப்ப சொன்னேன். You have to quote the case law of, okay, Priya Blue Industries Private Limited. You have to quote the case law of Priya Blue Industries Private Limited. Okay, reusable does not mean it's scrap. Scrap means thrown away the scrap. Reusable cannot take the shape of scrap. Leasing of toll plaza, only once in some other paper I have seen this question, 2%. Leasing of toll plaza is 2%. Okay, for remembering the rates before the examination, few minutes, just look into the rates. You will okay, 2.52 and 1 are going to be the rates. Okay, if you don't remember the rate, tax is liable to be collected at the prescribed rate, but you will remember. It's better to remember. Okay, this will be answered as I told you on the 5th day evening. I will answer it. Why I have parked it here is to ensure that I don't miss it out. But on the 5th day evening, on Sunday evening, I will answer for non-residents, for salaries, for various payments, how the tax provisions are going to be applicable. How the tax provisions are going to be applicable. Now I need to answer one question which I have omitted to answer, failed to answer, but I will take this opportunity to complete that question for us. Okay, that is, in the first day PGBP, we did a question of 44 ADAEA. Okay, but we did not do that tax computation in that particular question. We did all the other aspect, presumptive taxation. This particular question, they have asked, okay, has not paid any advance tax and is ready to file in June 2020. They have asked what is the tax payable. If I remember right, I forgot to compute the tax payable. But now thankfully, it will be a good opportunity to look through 234 ABC in a quick manner, okay, and also understand the intricacies, okay. So I will use this opportunity to answer this question number 7 of PGBP chapter. Okay, okay, question number 7 in PGBP. Where assessee opts for presumptive computation, only the last installment of advance tax is applicable. Only the last installment of advance tax is applicable. That is 15th March. Not the other installments. Only the last installment of advance tax is applicable. Okay. So, remembering this, income which we have computed in that question number 6, 7, okay. Income we have computed in that question is 27,44,000. Income we have computed in that question is 27 lakh, my dear friends, 27,44,000. It consisted of all the three presumptive taxation, retail segment, professional segment, and the present, motor car. Okay, so it consisted of 27,44,000. From here, I continue the question. Okay, tax on total income. Total tax 6,61,128. 6,61,128. Assessee has not paid any advance tax and ready to file in June. Add interest. 234A not applicable. Just on a quick note, what is 234A? Just on a quick note, what is 234A? Okay, it is for belated filing of returns. 234A is for belated filing of return. Return has to be filed on or before due date. Where returns are filed after the due date, assessee is liable to pay interest under this section. Interest is payable even if advance tax is not liable to be paid. Okay, interest is 1% for every month or part thereof. Here there is no delay. Okay, in your current examination, 234A, in my opinion, will not be tested because due date itself is not getting extended like anything. Okay, நீங்க எக்ஸாம் எழுதும்போது டியூ டேட்டே முடியல. 43B எப்படி கேட்க முடியும்? Technically speaking, okay, as per law we go September 30th, but where is the due date now? November and December are going to be the due date. How will 43B be questioned for? Because you are writing for financial year 1920. Similarly, 234A, okay, might not be questioned. Might not, technically speaking. Okay. 234B, okay. This is is for non-payment of advance tax or short payment. 90% should have been at least paid. Before 31st March, I am asking you to pay 90%. Okay. If 90% is paid, no problem. Where 90% is not paid, shortfall is not difference between 90% and tax paid. Shortfall is the whole amount. Where 90% is not paid, if 90% is paid, no shortfall, no 234B. Where 90% is not paid, then shortfall is the difference between the total tax and the advance tax paid. Where there is non-payment or short payment, interest under this provision is applicable. Interest will be 1% for every month or part thereof, commencing from April till the month that the taxes are paid. Okay. For non-payment or short payment of at least 90%. Okay. So in this case, it will be into 1% into April, May, June. Assuming along with it you are paying April, May, June. Okay. Into 3 months. Into 3 months. 234C for non-payment or short payment of installments of advance tax, for non-payment or short payment of installment of advance tax, only the last installment is applicable. Okay, in this case, only the last installment is applicable, where assessee should have paid 100% of tax, if not interest at 1% for 1 month. Because if it is June, September, December, it will be for 3 months. Into shortfall, into 1%, into 3 months. If it is for March, it is only 1%, because from April 234B takes over. 234C ends where 234B begins. So it will be only 1% for 1 month, which will be calculated. Only if it is other installment, it is for 3 months. So into 1% into 1 month. Okay. So and then okay, 234F not applicable. Okay. 234AF is not applicable. Okay, assessee is not is liable to pay 15%, 45%, 75%, 100%. Where there is non-payment or short payment, then interest is applicable. However, 12% and 36% paid interest will not be there. 1% for 3 months in the first 3 quarters, and last month 1% for 1 month. 234F, okay, is 5,000, where return is filed after due date but is before December. 10,000 if it is filed after, here it is not applicable. Total tax plus interest payable. So So non-resident TDS, I will definitely give you on the Sunday night. Okay. Otherwise, TDS should not be a challenging aspect. All the questions that 6 marks or 8 marks, whatever they are going to ask, 2 into 3 or 2 into 4, can be answered by us. Estimate from 194M, 194N, okay, 194DA, because these are amendment oriented, and 194IA, the amendment as regards consideration. Apart from this, Director Prasar Bharati case law is something to remember, Otherwise, all the case laws are already tested. There is a rarity of again testing when you have so many new things to test. That doesn't mean they are going to take it out. Just have a good idea of the other things. Reasonable idea on other things, very good idea on these things will help you to answer the question with ease and score that 6 or 8 marks without any difficulty. Okay, there is a singular purpose for me to complete the class early today, now this session early, because I need to sit and prepare the material for the in the assessment of individuals and on the other topics. So I am taking a liberty of closing the class here today, first session here today. We will meet in the evening, where my intention is assessment of individuals, and hopefully if I am able to complete it within 2.5 hours, I will start the assessment procedure by tonight itself. So whatever is able to cover, we will cover. Tomorrow, exclusively assessment procedure day, where I will just give you all the case laws, amendments. We will answer some questions also. Okay, and our friends have asked me penalty outlook also. I will give you the penalty outlook also, so that you go with the confidence. Now, இன்னைக்கு ஈவினிங் ஓட நம்ம இன்கம் ஓரியன்டட் ப்ரொவிஷன்ஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் முடிச்சிடுவோம். Okay, we will compute income only for a non-resident. We will not again compute income. Okay, and then only the administrative procedures of the law, which has how assessment happened, who is liable to be assessed, like that, those things, what is appeal stage, etc. Those things we will discuss it. And there also I have some opinions on these things can be questioned. Whatever I am saying is opinion. I am not an astrologer. I am not a predictor. I just try to travel with the examiner's mindset and try to give you. So if we start today, tomorrow if we complete, then 4 sessions of international taxation, we should be through with the revision. So here I am stopping only to start my preparation for the material, because slightly time pressed. November batch ரொம்ப late ஆயிட்டு because of online la எனக்கு எவ்வளவு லேட் ஆகும் இன்னும் நான் முடிக்கல May students க்கு. So kindly I'm stopping here. I'm answering doubts now.